The Brandon Peters Show may contain explicit language and detailed plot points. For more information on the show, stay tuned to the end of the episode. And now, here's Brandon.
Well, welcome back to Old Teen Show. I'm Brandon, and this is my classmate, Jessica.
Hey.
Hello. This edition of Old Teen Show covers the first and only season of the short-lived 1992 show The Heights, the story of a local rock band of 20-somethings called The Heights, living in a suburb called The Heights. The show is called The Heights. Today we are discussing the 6th episode, Fear of Heights, or as I might like to say, I know what the B in Betty B stands for. Jessica, what's going on with The Heights this week?
The group is visited by an old friend and classmate who is now a successful musician. Dizzy aims to tell Jody's mother the big news.
All right. I didn't pick up the director name. It's not listed on IMDb. So it's written by Eric Roth and Tony Spiridakis. I have to say, before we diss the characters stuff, this episode has frickin' Jill Schulin in it, playing Betty B. I am a huge fan of hers. So I was very excited. I was like, oh shit, she was in the Heights? Like I missed this. She's a big final girl horror person. So she was in like the original Stepfather, Cutting Class, which is like Brad Pitt's first film, The Curse 2, Popcorn, the Robert Englund Phantom of the Opera, and she also did that Babes in Toyland TV movie with Keanu Reeves. And this was the year before she did When a Stranger Calls Back, the sequel to When a Stranger Calls. So I was pretty stoked right away when I was like, oh, I know that raspy voice. So I was big. Do you know who Jill Schulin is, or was she a...
I'm sure if I saw her in the movie, I didn't know her name, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But like, she was great. Yeah. It makes sense. She is a good actress. Yeah. She was fantastic. I believe things she said in this episode and things she sang.
Mm-hmm. This was during her short hair phase. She normally, like the 80s, she had her hair like longer, and then she had shorter hair for like When a Stranger Calls Back and stuff. So, but I don't think she didn't act anymore. She retired from acting. And I was geeked out like Jimmy O, who guests on this podcast here and there. He was telling me one time he went on like some sort of, I think it was him, but he like went on some like sort of camping trip with some friends, and they brought a friend along. It's like, why do I know this fucking person? Why it was Jill Schulin, was on the camping trip. But
wow.
So he's like, yeah, I know her. I was like, shut up, Jimmy, shut up. So, but yeah, so. Yeah, that was a funny story. But yeah, Betty, who was a shy, nerdy girl from school, is now a famous musician. You guys should have been hanging out with her, The Heights, I guess.
I still didn't understand that part. I'm like, so you all were classmates, but one person just randomly did her own thing and got discovered?
Yeah.
And went after it? Was she older? Like, I don't understand.
I think same age.
Cover more backstory. So don't act like we already know.
They wanted to say, hey, somebody they knew that got famous is coming to town, but they're not good friends with her, but good enough that that person would look them up when they came back to town, but not yet try to help them out musically.
Right.
It's an interesting thing they're trying to weave here. But
she was successful enough to have 2 albums.
Mm-hmm.
So she was so successful that during the second album, which is how it typically goes, the producers are trying to change her.
Yeah.
Change her image, change her look, change her voice.
We want her to sell out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, so they have this rehearsal. Of course, JT's like trying to hit on Betty when she comes and show off and shit. And he's like overdoing it. And probably like,
oh my gosh. They're like, all making fun of him though. Like,
yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? Like, is he going to wear a vest? Oh, $5. He wears the vest. $10. He's going to try to hook up with Betty. So funny. He's wearing his vest. He's trying. Yeah. Solo.
funny enough, this is my favorite JT episode we've had so far. Like, it's because they clown him. He's ridiculous, and then he has a decent moment later on. But Betty does come to the rehearsal, and she is wearing like the most super 90s hat. Like, it looks like the Nintendo 64 logo, like colors and shit. Yes. I was like, what in the world is that? But she plays with them. It's a song by Alex called Joanne.
Yeah. Did you like that song? Or
it was better than a song for Dad.
It was. I don't like when people are like, hey, you guys can, like when Betty's like, go ahead and start playing. I'll just catch up.
Yeah.
This isn't like you hear chords and you know what chords to play. All of a sudden she just knew the words to the song.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, dude, okay. You heard him say 3 lines and now you know the entire song.
Yeah.
I don't like that part.
Right. Yeah.
But she did take JD's guitar and he's like, hey man. She's like, I think I can handle it or whatever. She's sassy.
She's sassy.
She put JT in his place. But then she's like, oh, who wrote this? Who wrote this great song?
Who is this boy?
Steal it.
Yeah, and then she takes her limo to drop them all off at home, but like Alex is left with her alone. Like they drop Rita off, and it's like I'll drop Alex, and like he's like a fanboy of her somewhat because he's talking about stuff and like Betty
snuck into one of her concerts at one point, I guess.
Right? Yeah.
Really was moved by the music.
Right. Yeah,
dude. Did Rita hitting on her, dude?
Yeah.
Also, Rita, are you an idiot? Who leaves their boyfriend alone with like a
untrusted former best friend?
Now famous.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, and they have this moment in the limo where she's like, I liked your song. I want to work on it. Let's play around on some songs together, but let's not tell Rita about it until they come up with something good. And my thing with that, the way they play this, like this little, like, let's keep a secret thing is very much like an adult man who's like a pedophile talking to a child about a secret. I'm like, it's like this isn't like dirty. She's talking to Alex like he's like 6. It's like we don't tell mommy, okay? Like we're into some music. It was a little like way over here.
He ain't dumb. Girl code. First off, you do not sneak around your girlfriend's back to hang out with her friend. I don't care what it's for. I don't care if you're planning her surprise birthday party. There needs to be another witness.
Yeah.
Especially again that she's famous and has a limo and
right
isn't trustworthy. Probably it just seems weird.
Yeah,
like their whole whatever happened anyway because she must have went off, got famous, and then just pieced out and didn't care about him. And
yeah. Well, I mean, right away, like he goes to her fancy loft apartment, and Rita and Jody want to go surprise Betty there, but they can't get by the lobby, and so they go to a payphone to call. But then they see Betty and Alex leaving, and they're like, "Ooh!" Because she like puts her hand on his back. It's like,
which they wouldn't like let her know or like let him up in the lobby of the hotel. But when you call and go, Betty B, please, like here you go. Like okay. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Whatever. That's continuity stuff. That's fine.
Yeah.
The story doesn't matter.
We have an hour. Yeah. We have 40 minutes to tell this. Come on.
Yeah. This hoe walking around with Alex now.
Yeah. Like, and then like Alex comes to band practice the next day, and she's like, Rita's like, I'm not feeling well. Bye.
Well, Alex lied to her. He's like, I'm going to be at home writing. So she's like, okay.
Right.
She caught him red-handed.
Yeah. But Rita then talks to, of course, Hope and Jody about it. I think at the thrift store, was it? Yeah,
or en route to the thrift store.
Yeah. And then they have an interesting conversation that I'm surprised the show brought up, and it was pretty smart. That like we all don't know this Alex guy that well. Like he's new in town. Like he's kind of a mystery. So like, wait, while you're like, hey, screw this girl, like. Don't know this guy that well either, so
that is true.
Like they know Betty better than they know Alex. Like that's the thing. So it's interesting. Props to the writer for bringing that portion up and adding that to Rita's drama. And then Alex, Betty, they keep doing a song for the manager, but like Alex has like cold feet about it all, and then Rita calls Betty to come like talk about things, and they have like a coffee together at a place they used to hang out. And he tells her that she feels a connection and fabricates some story about Alex.
I was saying, now how do you feel about Betty?
Yeah. And when Betty was telling us, I'm like, did I misread the previous scene? Like, it wasn't clear. I thought I missed something in the previous scene.
The whole time I was getting like this, like it was almost like a Dawson's Creek vibe of I'm going to make you feel insecure compared to me because I'm more famous. So if I tell you something, you're going to believe me. And obviously he was into me. It's a very big deal. He probably likes me more. I'm sorry we couldn't help it. So you should just let him go.
Yeah. And she said, like, even I think he's in for stuff bigger than me, even. Like, I think you should let him have this opportunity. Like, and Rita has the great, oh gosh, I was like, the delivery and the written line of like, both of you are treating me like dirt. I was like, yeah. Really? That's what you not an improv expert, that Rita.
It's very disrespectful of them.
Yeah. And truly. She plays her sax at practice and Alex shows up and she says she talked to Betty and she gets in his face about it. And like I'll give him some, like he should have talked to her a bit, but he bolts and goes like right to Betty and is like, the fuck you doing? And he's like, I like the heights. And she's screwing up her relationship with Rita most of all. And like, he's like, you don't know me. He's like, I'm cool here. Like, this is what I want. Like, so like, so if they ever got big, Alex would probably leave the band, probably.
He's also like, wait, was I really going to get a lot of money and be famous?
Make his royalties off How Do You Talk to an Angel once it hits a thing.
Does he know that they're using this as the theme song? Come on.
Yeah. And there is a little funny scene in between here with Hope and JT where they're having coffee and he's like, well, I'm glad I'm not Alex. Or something like, and I was like, all right, JT, I laughed. And then this is a good conversation. I think the show should have more of. Him and Hope have a conversation about wondering if their band has a chance at anything and talking about the music. Cause that's what you have over other teen shows. You're a show about a band and I don't feel we have enough conversations about the band and the music. And I feel like they sprinkle them around other teen dramas and like, well, we'll toss the background of a music thing in there, but they don't have like, cause these people got to be like band music geeks. They got to have idols. They got to have these conversations. They got to like put things like, I'm more interested in that. I get it's a teen drama show, but you can circulate it around that a lot more. In this conversation right here, I'm like, okay. And it's got to be fucking JT, but I like Hope. So I guess that balances, but like, yeah, this is the conversations. I'm like, yeah, this is the show right here. Like, do we have a chance? Like, it's been, so many weeks, but yeah. So yeah, Betty also is like, okay, Rita, so there's nothing going on here. And she wanted to be there. And then we got this great line. You've got so much here in the heights, Rita. Oh,
because she's jealous of her now. Oh, money doesn't buy happiness,
right? The background of this episode, there's a subplot, there's a B plot to it of Jody and Dizzy trying to tell her mom that she's pregnant. And they go through different things where they are like, well, we want to help. They're like, we're going to do this. We want to get you out to vote or help you get. I was like, oh, okay. And the dad.
It was kind of fun. I like the little run around.
Yeah.
And I like Jody's dad is really nice. And he knows.
Jody's got the parents, I guess, for the show. Rita's parents are just kind of bad actors and exposition machines, but there's a real heart to Jody's parents. And the mom knew, and she's like, I'm glad you told me. And then she's like, goes in like the back room. It's like, fuck, God damn it.
It is funny because if you're like a girl and here she is like probably at least 2 or 3 months and maybe further along pregnant. It's like, do you really think you're hiding it from your mom? And she doesn't know. She lives with you.
Right.
She's like, yeah, I've noticed the morning sickness. My husband hasn't been able to sleep for a month. Yeah. Y'all knew. No one talked to me about it. That's fine. It's fine.
Right. Oh my gosh.
It was not fine. She was, you don't betray mama.
No betrayal of the
mama. Be honest.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, but yeah, so good. And it all wraps up with the Alex-led song. It's like something about "I'm Afraid of Fading Away" or something like that. I could not find a listing for this song.
The only thing I noticed was that when they were kind of writing this together, it was Alex and Betty, right?
Right.
And Betty's like, "Oh yeah, and get some I think it was Betty that was saying, and add some harmonica in there, blah blah blah." Mm-hmm. And then we see Rita playing the harmonica during this song. I don't know why. Maybe I was like, "Oh."
I got a big chuckle because the first time he says, like, "I'm afraid of fading away," Betty literally fades away on screen in the music video. Like, cause they're showing like the black and white. You know how they tried the music video. Betty fades away as he says it. I was like, oh my! I was like, that was the chef's kiss. Like, right? That's what they say. Oh my gosh, it was just brilliant. And then Alex, he's open with Rita and says shit, and she says to remember that besides it all, that they're friends and they need to talk through things. So they have a nice conversation. Mm-hmm. And
everyone's happy. I think there's no drama left. There's some people that didn't really make a appearance. They were kind of there, maybe in the background, but
yeah, Alex.
Did we hear from Lenny and Stan at all? I can't even think what they did in this episode.
Just background and band practice.
Yeah.
And I think Lenny had a chat with Dizzy about telling the mom about the pregnancy.
Oh, yeah.
There was that. Yeah, because Lenny, they always got to fit Lenny in there. Like, he's there. But yeah, Alex and Rita, Alex learned how to talk to a Rita in this episode, I guess.
And Rita kept a star from not falling. Propelling to a
faded away.
Future?
There we go.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I don't know. So, all right.
It was a good episode, though. Yeah. It was a good one.
It was solid. Yeah, I'll give it that. Had some unintentional laughs. It had some decent combos in there. Great guest star. Songs were all right. So this is up there. Not like we've had greatness in any of these yet, but this is fine. All right, but this gig is over. Till next time we play. Jessica, where can people keep up with you?
Over on Twitter at JN Alsman. Instagram is at Jessica Alsman. And you can check out the Bob and Tom Show. I hang out over there on Wednesdays, weekly. All right. How about you, Brandon? Where are you at?
Well, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Brandon4KUHD. My written work, that's at whysoblue.com. And there's more from the Brandon Peters Show this week. But until then.
Brandon, how do you talk to an angel?
All right. Well, you go outside. You look up. You see like maybe the moon's outside. So it's nighttime when I'm going outside. And see like these twinkling things up there. I grab my superpowered net, and if one of them falls, which it surely will, I grab it and I pull it up, take it out, and I look at it, and I toss it back up into the sky to see the stars, just like I would if an angel wanted to have a conversation with me.
Thank you for listening. The Brandon Peters Show is a Creative Zombie Studios production. Produced by Brad Shoemaker and Brandon Peters. Written and edited by Brandon Peters. Announcer vocals by Jessica Alsman. Theme song by Metavari. Web design and show art by Brad Shoemaker with Brandon Peters. All music and clips featured in the episode are property of their respective studios, and no infringement is intended. Additional information on this and other episodes at BrandonPetersShow.com. For any inquiries, press opportunities, or sponsorship, contact mail at BrandonPetersShow.com. The show is available on Apple Music, Spotify, or anywhere podcasts are found.